Hi, everybody. This is Mike Gerdes from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And yoga's got the night off, so you just got me tonight. Hey, I want to talk to you about the efficacy of spiritual mind treatment. The reason why I'm bringing this up is that some of us do spiritual mind treatment and then we get disappointed because we don't see the results as quickly as we think we do. We think, well, maybe it doesn't work, or maybe I'm doing it wrong, or maybe this is just hocus pocus, and that creates some real problems. That creates some real problems because if you think it's not working, it won't work. That's just the way the law works. But what really that we need to do is stay focused and persist. Stay focused and persist on that which it is that we seek to express, be, do, know, or have. Let's talk about an illness. Yes, illness. Okay, let's say you've got some disease or some illness or some condition and you're ready to get rid of it. Okay, and you treat, and still you're sick. Well, how do you change that? Well, keep on treating. And then what's the things that you might ask, and you might work with a practitioner or your minister with this, is ask Spirit, what in me brings this about? What is this trying to teach me? What is the lesson that's coming forth within me? What is it that I need to release or let go of? One thing I found is that one of the keys to many diseases is resentments, hostility, and anger. Things that people haven't let go of. People who they have not forgiven. That can be a real block to somebody's healing. Another thing can be a block to healing is finding out that we really kind of like to be sick. I know that's crazy, but some of us really kind of like to be sick because it gives us attention. The only time we get any attention or love or consideration from people is when we're sick. I know, it's terrible. So I think that we need to find other ways to get love, consideration, appreciation from other people. And that is simply by showing love, consideration, appreciation for other people. And if we do it consistently, we'll find them wanting to give that to us in reciprocation. Because love begets love. So let's talk about your right and perfect relationship, or your right and perfect job, or your wealth, or any of those things. If you're not realizing those, maybe you just haven't treated enough. Maybe you haven't persisted long enough. If there's something within your consciousness that has been rooted in there for a while, let's say you've gone through life thinking, oh, you have to work hard to get what you want, and you're going to barely get by, and you'll die broke, and all this kind of mental talk that you may have been raised with. You can't just give a quick treatment and expect to eliminate 40 years of negative thinking. Well, you can expect it, but don't be surprised if it doesn't work out that way. You need to spend some time on it. You need to spend some time, some good, valuable time in focusing on your wealth, your abundance, your right relationships, so that you can begin to change your consciousness. It's not just a bunch of magic words of spiritual mind treatment. We're not doing some kind of incantation. We're not putting out some kind of a magic spell. What we are doing, and all we are doing, is changing our consciousness. Because as we change our consciousness, we change our expression of life. We attract what we are, and we always attract that which we are. That means that we need to change that within ourselves that is attracting these experiences. Whether it's wealth, whether it's health, whether it's right relationships, whatever it is. Some people wonder why they pray for peace, and they don't find any peace in the world. That's because you're not looking in the right places. There's lots of peaceful places in the world, but as long as we're focusing on where it's not, we won't be helpful with regards to embracing that which is. We need to celebrate that which is peaceful. We need to celebrate those that are the peacemakers. The problem is that it doesn't get pressed in the media. We don't see it in the evening news. For those of you who still watch evening news, we don't really read about it much, but we read about it some in the newspapers. It was another reason to read newspapers. But there's an old adage goes that if it bleeds, it leads. The point being is, there's a lot of good stuff that's happening. Let's embrace the fact that even if we're not aware, cognizant of it, trust me, there is a lot of good things happening in the world. There's a lot of good things happening in our country. A lot of good things that are happening right now in our country. And there's a lot of good things that are happening right now with regards to health, abundance, all kinds of things. We're putting this COVID pandemic behind us. Can't you see it coming? Can't you get excited about it? People are getting their vaccinations, and I mean, they're actually hugging one another. and yeah, they may have their masks on, but they're really, it's like a new day we're into now. This is an exciting time. And I ask you, please, 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 please don't give up on yourself. Because the only thing you do when you give up on your spiritual mind treatment, and I mean serious spiritual mind treatment, I don't mean just saying an affirmation, I mean getting down into it, going through the 5 or 7 steps of treatment, recognizing what Spirit is, unifying with the Spirit, stating that which it is that Spirit wants to express by means of you, accepting it as so, and then releasing it to God's law. All of that. Be serious about that. And keep on keeping on with that until you get your demonstration. Please, persist, persist, persist. And if they're still not coming out, ask yourself why. It doesn't have to do with the fact that treatment works, because treatment always works. Unless we're throwing something in that gives. That's all my message is tonight. Remember, keep treating and know you're loved. Bye-bye.